Hello YouTube, today we've got something truly special for you. We are taking you on an exclusive journey into the heart of Portland, Oregon, where for the past 24 years, the Wet Spot Tropical Fish Store has been a haven for fish keeping enthusiasts. This iconic establishment, founded in 1999, has not only thrived, but has become a beloved institution among fish lovers. From its early days as a modest storefront to its current status as a one-stop shop for everything aquatic, the Wet Spot is a true gem in the world of fish keeping. We'll take you through a tour of the store, highlight its dedication to quality, introduce you to some of the most exciting fish species you've ever seen, and explore their dry goods section as well. Whether you're a seasoned aquarist or dipping your toes into the world of fish keeping, there's something for everyone here. As a bonus, if you stay to the end of the video, you will be rewarded with a discount code that will give you 10% off all livestock. Of course, you could cheat and skip to the end, but no one likes a cheater. So there are two sections of the store which are split by this wall. So on the other side, you can see there's other tanks here. And this side, you said starts with like cichlids and bigger fish?
Correct, yeah.
Perfect. So we'll go down and we'll start on this side. If you want to, well, what do we got right up front here?
Well, right up here, if she'll come back out, she went to go hide. She wonders why her tank is still on. Is Ruby, our Fahaka puffer. She's very good at hiding when she does hide. She might come back out later. But our Fahaka puffer, she's almost 6 years old.
Oh, wow.
Oh, did she come out? Oh, she's hiding in the sand right there.
Wow.
She's really good at that. So yeah, sometimes I'll think, I'll come in and I'll panic because I can't find her. And she does stuff like that. She's very, very funny.
I've never seen one do that before. That's crazy. That's awesome.
She knew. She was like, I need to perform for the camera.
Well, let's start with these lovely Oscars, I guess.
Yeah, these big guys. So A row, all of our tanks, they start at A and they go through the store. So that's kind of how we like organize everybody. A row is going to be where our biggest fish are. A lot of them are going to be African cichlids. But for the most part, we obviously have other things. We've got some South American fish and
some geophagus.
Yeah.
I really like these barbs. I've never seen them before.
Yeah, which ones are those?
I think they're the lemon fin barb.
Yep, lemon fin barb. They came in really nice, which is...
Yeah, those are beautiful.
But all of our tanks are individually filtered. You'll see that we've got these big sponges here, and our intake filters are behind the sponges, so the air is pumped through to filter stuff through those. You would not believe how filthy those things are when we got to pull them out and clean them.
And how often do you do that?
Not often. Probably like, these ones probably only get them like once a month, once every other month, because you are risking damaging your established bacteria, which makes our tanks stable. Those big, thick sponges help keep these tanks really stable. So when we do wring them out, we want to wring them out in dechlorinated water, not too hot, not too cold, anything like that. And it's just like a quick rinse and wring out, and that still turns the bucket black.
I bet.
So,
oh
yeah.
wow, look at this guy.
It looks like we've got some topaz cichlids, or at least one right there, that one with the bright blue eye.
Yeah, I love the topaz.
Me too. They're one of the ones I'm not a big cichlid gal myself, but those ones I do think are very, very nice.
Those and the T-bars are some of my favorite.
Yes, I love T-bars.
More African cichlids up top here.
It looks like right now we actually have goldfish, which is not very often that we have comets like this. If you ever visit the Wet Spot, you will find that we do not sell feeder fish. We don't like to encourage people to use live feeder fish just because the facilities that they're raised in are like riddled with parasites, and it's a really good way to pass something on to your larger fish that you care very much about. So we will usually suggest people like keep a tank of like guppies or something if they really need to. I often suggest zebra danios or white clouds, because I tell people if you're living in a relatively temperate climate, you could just keep a tub outside, and they're just going to keep reproducing, and you'll be able to keep feeding your fish.
Oh, look at this guy.
These guys
beautiful.
came in really good.
Wow.
Yeah, these thread fins came in really nice. So these guys usually sell out pretty fast when we have them.
Yeah, I can see why.
We get them fairly regularly though, so it's always worth checking back in with us. If we don't have them 1 month, chances are we'll have them in another month and a half. Looks like we've got a big mix. A lot of times in these tanks also you'll see fish that maybe look a little out of place. Those are usually adoptables, fish that have been brought into the store by people who couldn't care for them any longer.
Like this giant pleco?
Like that giant pleco, yeah.
I love these.
Yeah, so the pinkfin chalices, those are really great. We get those, so we've been getting those in fairly regularly, but only like the last 6 months or so. Before that, I'd never seen them before. So hopefully we continue to get them. Yeah, they've all been around that size or bigger. So it looks like we've only got 2 left. We got these wild discus in this summer and I am in love with them. We got a massive school of them. Oh no, there's 3 left. He's in the back. They came in so good. They're really stunning. People have kind of been buying them in 1s and 2s and adding them in with their other discus, which usually I wouldn't necessarily suggest, as wild discus are going to be, you know, you hear the wives' tales about like certain colors being more aggressive than others. That's like how close it is to a wild strain. These guys are real wild, so if you put them in a tank with your snow whites, they're gonna beat the crap out of them.
The wilds are actually the only discus I like. Sorry, discus people.
I know, I love the wilds and that's about it.
And here we have some really cool tetras.
Pastel lily tetra.
I've never seen them this big before. That's really impressive.
They've been growing out here for a while. They came in good size, but they've grown a lot since they got here.
See some loaches and bala sharks and what are these gold dot?
Those are the green chromide cichlids. So those are like one that everybody, all the coworkers have been raving about. We really love these guys. These are wild caught. They're they're real stunning. They're pretty. They're on the shyer end, so they're not going to be beating everything up in your tank. They shouldn't be put with anything that's going to like outcompete them. But we don't get them in very often. They're a very cool fish.
Now we have a couple display tanks here, which are pretty neat. Got discus tank here with some rummy nose, and then this is one of my favorites right here.
Yeah, this is a good tank.
I'm assuming these are Leporinus.
Yes, I believe so.
These are the strawberry, maybe strawberry Leporinus, I think. These are Guyanacara, right? I don't know which species of Guyanacara. See if we can get an identification on them, but yeah, you don't see those very often. Very nice.
Now one of my more favorite display tanks, Gold Ocellatus, Neolamprologus ocellatus. So you've got your vicious little shell dwellers. And then I'm forgetting the name of this guy in the back too. We don't get those very often.
I think they're like a Xeno something.
Xenotilapia. Yeah, I can't remember the second part of that scientific, but those we don't get very often. They're pretty spendy when they come in, but man, are they worth it because they've got that kind of goby-like behavior, and they get really pretty coloration as they get bigger. That guy is not full grown.
Oh yeah, they get beautiful when they're bigger. So just a Lake Tanganyika aquarium. And then another one down here, looks like we got some loaches and some danios and some algae eaters. Although I don't know if is this big guy an algae eater too? I'm not sure.
Yeah. I can't remember what those are called, but it's like another
a Siamese type algae eater.
Siamese, yeah.
All right, starting another row here. Looks like we've got some gouramis.
Moonlight gouramis.
All right, everyone's favorite.
Yeah, they're very cute. These could be a good addition to a community tank if you just want to have like 1 to 3, depending on your tank size. It looks like we've also got, what are these?
Oh, you got the knife fish.
Clown knives, yes. So
which get huge, people, so.
Very big, not for everybody.
They're cool at this size, but they get huge.
And then we've also got a couple of the Indian leaf fish in here, which is interesting because I thought we sold out of these. There's one in this hole too on that log, but I don't know if you'll be able to see him hiding in there.
You can see a silhouette. Now coming to some of the coolest fish. I did a little sneak peek tour by myself here and saw these, and I am in love with them.
Yes, humphead glassfish, a divisive fish to say the least. Either you love them or you hate them. They're very unique. I would talk my friends into keeping them so I could come over to their house and look at them.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about Oscars. Anyways.
And what do we got down here? This is the tinfoil barb, redfin tinfoils. So those came in really nice. They look real good.
Yeah, they have the nice green line on them there. It's pretty sweet.
Oh boy.
Ooh, puffers.
South American puffers.
Everyone's favorite.
Dream about these guys. Like when I'm just dreaming, I swear these guys will just come floating through the air. Just
You don't
out of
count
nowhere.
sheep, you count South American puffers.
South American puffers, correct? Yeah, it's like what you do during the day affects your dreams. But these guys are real fun. I suggest these to people when they want to just have something with personality that's not a betta. They can still be kept in groups. You just need to kind of follow by cichlid rules where you need to overstock. Some people will say a group of 3 is enough. I would say start at least with a group of 5, because with 3 it's still very probable that they're going to pick a tiny guy and they're going to chew his fins off. They're not very nice to each other, and they will eat all the snails in your aquarium and shrimp and everything like that. So
now here's another barb that I've never seen before, which is pretty cool. Golden belly barb, which is a pretty just plain silver fish, but they got that nice color on their fins. It's just neat. It's always cool to see fish I've never seen before. I really like these guys.
there's an eel in that plant there.
Oh, there is an eel in here too. Oh, there's a whole group of them.
Yep.
Eels are so goofy.
So those are the Tinwinii eels.
All right, next tank.
Red eye African tetras, or African red eye tetra. These ones I think are really neat. These are a nice big tetra that you could add they're going to hold their own with bigger fish. They're a little bit on the pricier end, but they're definitely worth the investment. They are wild caught, very, very cool fish.
And we have some red-tailed loach and tinfoil barbs that we've all seen. I really like these, which I think are the Aruleus or something like that.
Yes.
Yeah, these are some of my favorite barbs. They're just beautiful. And they're on sale.
They're on sale right now, yes.
In-store only, though, I think, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Usually the store runs different sales than online does, so. Let's see, we got
It's
puffers in here.
Congo spotted puffer.
Shotodenai.
Yeah,
If he'll,
awesome.
he's like, don't
He's like,
film me.
don't look at me.
Excuse me, sir. He says, no, I am having a day.
Oh, now what is this guy? Oh, the Blight's loach. I've never seen one of these in person.
Oh, these are real cool.
That's so awesome.
We've got so many cool loaches right now.
Wow, these guys are so cool. I might have to get some of these.
They get real good coloration on their tail. They've got that spot, those spots on their forehead. Kind of remind me of rainbow trout a little bit, to be honest.
Here's a big group of pea puffers. Pretty nice.
We almost always have pea puffers, so if you are wanting to get pea puffers, you should definitely check in with us. They come pre-wormed and all of that good stuff. So
Pre-wormed, all right.
You don't have to worry about parasites once they get to you.
Looks like we have some albino barbs. Quickly show those, just because I've never seen albino tinfoil barbs. All right, see some knife fish in here again.
Yep.
So if you want nice knife fish, get the ghosts because they don't get gigantic. Still get big, just not gigantic. Looks like we're heading over to Lake Tanganyika now. Some Julidochromis, some Neolamprologus, right on. Frontosas, right? Yeah.
And
I always get confused when I see them this size because there's the other ones, the tetra something that look like mini Frontosas.
oh yeah. And then you've got your Neolamprologus, Cautopunctatus red fins.
Which are yellow, so don't ask me why they're called red.
Yeah, that's everything.
Yeah, everything in the hobby is red, no matter what color it is, I swear. It's like we got some more.
Some.
Oh, Synodontis, yes.
What, is that? Which one is that? Is
The
that
Petricola.
Is that the Petricola? There's
One of my favorite catfish.
2 that are really similar, and it's always like, wait, did we catch the right one? We have to double check.
Now these, I'm not gonna lie, are on my list.
Which one are they?
The Tanganyikan gobies.
Oh yes.
The
As they
Eryctmodus.
should be.
Oh man, I've been wanting these for so long.
They're very, very, very cool. I didn't even know we had those, because that would have been enough for me to probably start a Tanganyika tank.
Some Tropheus, a mix of Tropheus in here.
Here we are, the Xenotilapia bathyphilus. This
Oh,
is
the Kakis, yes.
one that we saw in the
Show tank.
show tank, and I couldn't remember the second part of the scientific. Those are really neat. At least I like them. I don't know. They just seem friendly to me. Their faces are friendly.
Yeah, and they're sand sifters, for anyone who doesn't know. So they'll dig out like a little, like bowl shape circle in the sand. It's really cool when they spawn.
So don't put them in a escaped tank. These are the ones that I would like to have, is the Altolamprologus calvus.
Yeah.
Black. I don't know.
They're so cool.
If they have I love a long snout with a upturned mouth on a fish. That's just kind of my personal favorite.
Those are the ones. Got some shell dwellers in the back. Yes.
Signatus.
Yeah. Pretty cool. And of course, multis. Everyone knows about multis. Pretty rad.
These guys, I can't pronounce the name correctly, but we don't get these very often.
Oh, the Calise.
They're very, very cool.
Yeah, so here's another sand sifter. They do the cool little bowl in the sand. Really cool fish.
They really like to shoal together, so don't just get one. Get yourself a good group of them, or they'll be lonely.
And some more Lucipennis, some more Lamprologus.
These are the Chatica Gold. These ones are another one that I think are just really amazing. And I had a customer buy 30 of them to do like a giant, like 210 gallon, fully like Anubias planted tank, and it looks so good. But it's his only tank, and he's poured a lot of money into it. Like,
well, if you got 30 of those, I can imagine.
Over $3,000.
Oh, for sure. Especially if it's that big and all Anubias.
Yes.
Anubias is getting expensive. It's like some barbs.
Alestes tetra.
Oh, really?
Is these wider bodied yellow ones with the black bar on their tail.
Okay, I just assumed barb. Shows what I know.
They've got a little bit different of a face. And then the other in there is going to be jewel cichlids again. Perfect.
Ooh. And we've got rows of discus up here.
These ones look pretty darn good. Checkerboards.
Yeah, those are nice.
Got some speckling on his nose, but you know, a lot of people don't like that. But some people do come in and they'll be like, oh, I like that one because I can tell it apart. Oh, these we don't get a lot, and we're trying to decide if we're gonna keep selling them. The white tiger turquoise, these guys, because it's very hard to have a photo online that really lets people know what they are, and you know, they're very cool. We have only been, I think this is probably only our like 4th shipment of them, and we're still trying to decide if we're gonna keep stocking them or not. But they are a cool fish. They're just hard to take a picture of that's representative of the fish.
Because I can tell, even like looking at this through the camera and then like looking at it in real life, it's a big difference.
It's a very big difference.
That's
they basically look
They're
like
really cool.
Been colored in with a highlighter is the best thing I can really describe it as, or kind of like an inverted checkerboard.
Now look at this big guy. I missed this one earlier. Wow. What is this? I don't even know. I've never actually heard of this biker, but Bashir, whatever.
Yeah, we're a Bashir family.
Yeah, I know we got a whole row of them, I think. Oh yeah, missed one right here, which is the Enlituri.
We got one really big shipment of wild Bashirs this summer, but most of the time ours are tank raised and all come from the same breeder for the most part.
Here we have some butterfly cichlids.
We've also got a dwarf squeaker cat under the heater.
Oh yeah.
He went on, or maybe just
he's under the rock.
Under that rock.
There's a couple of them in there.
And
and the buffalo heads are under there too.
I don't know if I've got this Bashir. He's is he doing okay? Excuse me, sir. Come say hello.
Oh, you know these ones? They love to hang out. I've seen these in multiple fish stores, and they're always like floating in the water. It's really bizarre.
Yeah, it's different for a Bashir because usually they like to chill on the bottom. But
yeah, the Delhisia. I've got so much B-roll of these guys from different fish stores, and they're just floating. Like, what is wrong with you? But that's just what they do.
Goofy. More Bashirs, all hiding under that rock.
Oh, the gold dust.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Okay. Wow. I don't want to disturb them, but it's pretty cool.
So this next one, you guys are gonna know what this is.
Oh yeah.
Maboo puffer. We've got, I think, 3 of these left. We only get like 1 shipment in of them a year, and we will probably grill you a little bit if you want to get one of these, just to make sure, because we all know how big they can get and the care that they need. The datnoids again.
Oh, right.
Very cool fish. They're just feeling kind of shy right now.
They get pretty big, don't they?
They get very big. These are another one, and they lose that striping. They will just become kind of a brown fish. So they're one that you get for the love of it. They look different full grown than, you know.
They'll break your tank.
I'd like to
They will break
They'll
your
break
tank.
your tank.
Yes.
point out that we're at another Delhaize just floating around at the top here.
I really like it.
Well, it always makes me nervous. I think he's sick, and then I go to touch him, and he's fine.
So it looks like we're back to more African cichlids, which some of these small ones don't really do them justice.
Haplochromis and Alanacara, obviously, they are the showstoppers when they're full grown.
Yeah, lots of babies. I see some blue dolphins. Pretty nice. Always a fan favorite. And those the bumblebees. Yep. Bumblebees in there. Venustus maybe? Livingstoni. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. I've been out of the African cichlid game for a while, but I still have my favorites like the redfin borlei, which again I don't know why they're called red. Yellow labs.
Oh, these giraffe print dudes. That's gonna be.
Oh, those are the ones those are Venustus. Yep.
Yeah, those are real neat. We don't get those very often. Pretty much, I feel like they're seasonal. I feel like we only get them like in the warmer months.
But they also get huge.
They are tank raised.
I want to say they get around a foot, but I could be wrong.
Oof.
They get huge though. They're definitely a big fish. So we have a couple display tanks here. It looks like some barbs, some yellow labs, and then this. This might be the best tank in the whole store, in my opinion.
This is my favorite display tank. There's just a couple barbs in here and snails. That's pretty much it. But this one, I know the person who takes care of this tank, this is their like pride and joy. They work on this tank a lot.
Yeah, it shows. This is amazing. The only thing I don't like about this tank is it's a corner tank, and I hate curved glass. So it's really hard to film.
It is hard to film.
Everything gets distorted.
I did want to point out we have this tank with the South American puffers. I just wanted to point out to people how much flow there is in this tank because a lot of times we forget like where these fish come from. These are river fish. You know, they want it. They want some current. This isn't stressing them. This makes them happy. They've got hidey spots they can go when they're resting, but they want that strong current, and that's something to keep in mind when you're making your tanks.
I think that's true to say about a lot of fish.
Yes, a lot of the fish, it's just like, is it unhappy? Add a power head. Now it's not unhappy.
Okay, we're about to take a look at some of the coolest fish I have ever seen, and that's these pikes.
Oh yes, I was hoping you would want to
Holy
feature
smokes.
these.
Yes, these are absolutely amazing.
We have so many right now.
Really?
Yes, we have a lot, and you're gonna love it. We've got a lot of pike right now.
Yeah, they get huge though, but they get like beet red. They're insane. But I think they get like 15 inches, so be
Yes,
prepared.
They're very big.
Oh, now what are these guys? Leprinus
Spotted.
octomaculatus. I've never seen those before.
We have those fairly regularly, I'd say.
Wow.
They're pretty cool fish.
Yeah. Also like fin nippers as the other Leprinus.
About as much, so yeah, they're definitely
As
gonna
he
like.
just went for his fin.
I wouldn't put anything in there that can't hold its own or super
No long
droopy,
fins.
no
yeah.
long fins.
So we are skipping a lot of tanks, but it's like things we've already seen in other tanks, so Oscars. So if you're wondering why we're missing tanks, that's why. These
Electric blue Acara, yeah. We like to keep those stocked and feed them lots and lots of baby brine when they come in so that they can get good and fat and happy. I'll suggest them as community fish to people quite a bit, like to put with tetras or things like that. They've got really good personality and they live for a decent amount of time. So I will suggest that if you just want like one big colorful fish and then you want to fill it with tetras and cories and things like that, that's actually a good fish for that. But I would suggest only getting one because they also breed like rabbits and they destroy the tank when they do it.
Here we have some wild Jurupari
Yes.
and a flagtail porthole something.
Porthole cat, yeah.
Yeah, that's just hanging out in the corner. Oh, some more over here. I love these guys. Never kept them, but I do like them.
They're very cute. Yeah.
Oh, it's a headstander.
Yeah.
What a weirdo.
Yeah, so show that one.
Yeah, look at this goofy headstander.
We have headstanders pretty regularly. We usually swap between about 3 varieties.
Wow, they have pretty big mouths for like a narrow, slender fish.
They're
This guy
very
is just
goofy.
bonkers. When I first came, I was like, oh, that fish is dying. We shouldn't show this one. And she's like, nah, it's just eating.
Yep.
Look at this guy. That's so funny.
More topaz cichlids,
Okay.
which are topaz because of their eye, not anything else.
I think they're Murnay or something like that. And oh, there's T-bars in here too.
Yes, we love a good T-bar.
Yep. Here we have some Honduran red points that a lot of people confuse for convicts, but nope, much friendlier.
Monte
Oh.
Cristo cichlids.
Monte what?
Monte Cristo.
I've never seen those guys before.
Yeah, it's gonna be these guys.
That's cool.
They're very cute.
Do you know how big they get?
They get to be about 9.4 inches, so they're decent size.
Yeah, that's a good size fish.
Yeah, they're really good to, I mean, you can see they're in there with topaz cichlids. If I was gonna keep a Central American cichlid tank, it would probably be those guys, the topazes and then the T-bars. That's about all I'd want.
I do love a good geophagus, and these
Oh,
are
yeah,
the
that's fair.
Pyrocephalus. Is that right?
Redheads.
The redhead
I guess I feel like
geophagus.
geophagus need to have their own tank because they're very cool. We get so many really cool ones in.
Yeah. Oh, we got some more too.
We've got a lot of different ones in right now. So this is gonna be,
Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce that, but there you go.
and we've got
That's a good
Lima
price,
shovel
too.
nose in there right now.
Yeah,
They're smaller. These ones came in a little smaller, which is good because if you are far away, smaller fish ships better generally. With these, that is the case. And also you can let them grow out in your tank a little bit more instead of them usually coming in around like 4 to 5 inches.
And it's always fun to watch your fish grow up.
Agreed.
Now I do like these guys. I'm not familiar with them.
The macaw cichlid. This is another really cool Central American cichlid.
Awesome. I don't think I've ever seen those in person either. I'm sure I have. I've had to.
They get
but
really good color. I mean, he's
Yeah, he's
flashing up a
already-
little bit, but real good
Wow.
yellow underbelly and then like some blue speckling on them. And we've got more threadfin acara and larger chocolate cichlids, and then Laticara species.
Yeah, look at that guy. He is beautiful. Some more cheek stripe earth eaters.
Those
Very
are
pretty.
one of my favorites.
Oh my gosh, these pikes are just beautiful.
Oh yeah, he's real showing off for you right there.
Wow, what kind of pike is this?
Compressiceps.
Okay, Compressiceps.
We have those very regularly, so if you're ever
Oof.
in the market, definitely check us out. We get them in quite often. More headstanders, some wild, I think these are the wild Oscars. Yes.
They look like it.
Yep, these are the tiger Oscars. These are the only Oscars I would keep. Sorry, Oscar people.
Well, I still wouldn't keep them, but they're cool.
Yeah, if I was gonna keep them. Like, I have a million other things that are on my list, but I really like these. These ones are a little bit different. I've seen some that come in real army green colored. Thing about this fish that I have seen go wrong a lot if you're in love with them is they are wild caught from South America, and if you have hard water, high mineral content, they get kidney failure really easily.
Oh, wow.
So you need to use RO water, or you need to be in a place that's like basically if you're in Southern California, don't keep these unless you have an RO system, unfortunately.
All these like red-nosed head standards.
Yeah, they're
Standards.
red mouth head standard. Now these are one of
Oh.
everybody's favorites, the triangle cichlids. These are kind of shy. We love them. They're kind of dorky. I like these quite a bit.
They get like a foot, don't they?
Yep.
Yeah.
The black nasty cichlid and the red tiger cichlid.
Oh, the Haitiensis. Sure enough.
We've got emerald-eyed danios and let's
Wait,
see.
emerald-eyed Danios?
Or sorry.
Or Rasboras?
Emerald dwarf danio.
And the chocolate
Valiant
gouramis?
chocolate gouramis, which are one of my favorites.
Yeah, if I was ever to get a gourami, it would be these guys for sure.
Those ones, the sexing is flipped. Your plain Janes are going to be your males, and your brightly colored red and greens are going to be your females.
Nice. And then we've got pandacories.
Pandacories. Just some very basic little guys.
And you know I love cories. Oh, and some of my favorite, the 6-line Aspidorus puco-radiatus or something like that, although it is a Corydoras now. They've been reclassified. But who cares?
Can't keep up with all the reclassifications.
This happens so fast. These are kind of neat.
Yeah, so those are gonna be the glow light tetras. Those are pretty inexpensive
Super underrated.
and super underrated. Like when I suggest these to people, I'm like, no, really, this is a good fish to add to your tank. That's gonna be a simple, easy tetra like a cardinal, but it's gonna be different than what everybody else has.
Yeah, lots of color too. Celestial Pearl
Your
Danios.
CPDs.
Yeah. Oh
And then
boy.
your first pencil fish
Yeah.
with crystal tetras.
Oh wow. Oh, I did want to look at these. Look at the crystal tetras.
Those are the purple pencil fish, and crystal tetras, those are really cool. We don't get those super often. The purple pencils we have almost consistently. Well, we get them consistently. They sell out as soon as we get them usually. And then
Yeah,
you
I
have
can
to
see
wait
why.
another month and a half to 2 months for us to get them back in and quarantined again.
Oh, I see a pistos.
Some Apistos. We are real light on Apistos right now, so we're only going to see a few probably this whole trip.
And some Julii, Triliniatis. Over here it looks like Similis maybe.
Yes.
Yep, Similis.
Violet Cories.
Everyone's favorite usually. What's the other guys here? Oh, the Aspidorus spilotus. All right.
I had one of those guys that came in solo, and he just pushed my panda cories around and around and around. He was such a bully.
Well, they're called the Bulldog Aspidorus, so
Yes.
very easy to spawn though. I'm spawning them right now myself.
Oh, cool.
All right, so we gotta look at the marginatus because are there any? Oh, up
They're
in
all
here.
up
Okay.
in the hanging
Yeah.
towards the wall.
Look at those guys. This is probably, I think, one of the best banks for the buck right here. What are they, like $5? Yeah.
Yeah, they're definitely worth it. Like, definitely a good
Lots
fish
of
to
color.
add. That tank, you've got the Betta Simplex right now. They're right out in front.
Oh yes.
So, I am a wild Betta person. I keep blackwater tanks, bog tank.
Very cool.
So those are obviously some of the ones I'm a big fan of.
And strawberry rasboras.
Yes, very cute.
Nice. Yep. More pistos and black neons. Pretty cool. And the Astro Personata corridoras, which I actually don't have these guys. Ooh, I really wanted to see these. So these are the CW006 Bethania corridoras, I believe. They're basically just a larger skunk quarry, obviously. Oh, these guys, in my opinion, are another underrated fish.
So the Lampais?
Yeah.
Yes. The Normani. These are really cool. And they're a really good price. Like they would be very good for your micro tank you want to keep something on your desk. These would be a really good option. If you're in a slightly warmer climate, these would also be really good for a patio fish. I like keeping patio fish, so I'll always point out which ones would be good for that.
Yeah, it's not really coming in that good on camera, but they have that lamp eye and it looks really good from the top down. So yeah, really good for ponds. I gotta get every quarry. Just
there's
stir by.
Stir by in there, correct.
Beautiful. And then Brocus splendens.
They came in huge this time. They do not usually come
Yeah.
in that big. We've been having to put them in much bigger bags than usual.
Yeah, so I actually bought some of these last week, and when they came in, I was like, holy smokes. That was pretty fun unboxing those ones. Some guppies. What are these little guys? Exclamation point rasboras?
Yes.
Alright.
Another great microfish. Like, these guys are real fun.
And I mean, talk about a great price.
Yeah, they're a really
So-
good price. They're really fun for, like, if you're a beginner and you want to start like a small desk tank, like these guys are gonna be really good. Low bio load.
And some
great
honey
chill.
grammas. Oh, is this our first rainbow fish?
Yes.
Forktail blue eye fricatas. Everyone loves them. Probably one of the best looking fish in the hobby, in my opinion. Some guppies and some Virginiae. I actually need some of those. Some leopard cories. I have some of those as well. Oh, the ruby tetras. You know, I've never seen these in person, which is very bizarre, but a really cool underrated tetra. And
They're
they'll get,
definitely worth it.
yeah, they'll get like the same color as ember tetras when they get really fired up.
Those are wild caught.
Oh, clown killies. Everyone loves clown killies. And micro rasboras. More cardinals, neon, some bronze probably.
Bronze cories. Yep. Got a whole mix in there.
Yeah. Ooh, barbatus. I do need some barbatus.
I think there's just the one
Oh,
left.
that's what happened last time I was here. There's one,
They sell really fast when they get in.
I bet. And then the Incolicana and a Dolphoy. Last barbatus, $10. Somebody come and take it.
I feel like half the stuff I've said, oh yes, those sell very fast, but that's kind of it, is we've had a hard time just keeping everything stocked.
Oh, there's some really nice thread fins. Good size. Look at this guy. Good time to come in and get some. All right, looks like we got White Cloud, Vietnamese White Clouds.
Yes.
A little bit different.
Big fan of those.
Some more Agassizi, more neons.
Very tiny, I don't know if
Oh,
you can see
the
them.
red lizards?
The red lizard
Yeah, those
with
are
red
tiny.
whiptail, and he's right there with the pisto coming out of the cave. Yeah, very tiny right now.
All right, you want to talk about a large Cory. Oh, you only have 2?
Yeah.
Is there more in the
Just
warehouse?
for scale, everybody.
Yeah, they're
It's,
monsters. They get like 5 inches. All right, moving on. Corydoras Rebootii. I need some of those because I only have 1. Oh, the Lorto Tetra. Gosh, there's so many Tetras that are like right in this $3, $4 range that are.
They're so good.
So we have some Pseudomugil luminatus, but also some red neon rasboras. Another fish I've never seen. This is pretty awesome. Let's see, I see gold Tetras. I see some Apistos in here. Oh, Benchai. All right. Whoa, look at this monster. Wow. This guy's huge. This is a.
That's the McMaster redneck.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like he's here on his own. Or no, there's a pair supposedly.
And then another cool pencil fish, one of my favorites, the red Beckfordi. Look at the color on that guy. And they're so inexpensive. Just a couple dollars. Usually around $5. And then we have, looks like gold lasers and Delphax, Corydoras. Over here we have Paleatus and Zygatus black band Cory. All right. Looks like some Cockatoides, and it's of course some more neons.
We have some really cute honey dwarf Grammies right now. They've been coming in really nice, good wild coloration.
And then, oh, are these the Ember Tetras?
Ember Tetras,
Yeah.
correct?
Ooh, we got some Apistos. I see Agassizi redback. All right. And then more Rasboras, dwarf scissortail Rasbora, and the Phoenix Rasbora.
Somfong Rasboras and
Oh,
then more
Lampi.
Lampis.
So the Somfong Rasbora, I've never seen these. Wow.
They're a little pricier, but they're a really cool micro Rasbora. These are the green fire tetras. Are going to be those ones with the red belly. And
Yeah.
then the other ones are your Pristilla tetras.
And okay, I love these. I just bought these. The Personata quickly becoming some of my favorites. Really fun.
Now the real show.
Oh yeah,
The super red pencil fish.
everyone's favorite. Wow.
Starting at a whopping $32.99 a piece. They're a bit spendier, but man, they're a real cool fish.
So is it what makes them so expensive? Are they just hard to breed, hard to collect, all the above? Hard to import?
Hard to collect, hard to import. No breeding reports
Oh,
as
wow.
far as I'm aware. And these, like, literally, we only started getting them last summer. Was the first time that we'd ever gotten them. We've been able to get them relatively consistently, but we only get like maybe 15 at a time. And we don't usually have any DOAs. They come in real strong and stuff, but it's still just one of those things that they're very rare. And of course, you got some hatchets up there too.
Oh, I totally missed the hatchets. I was so
They
drawn
look
to the
real
pencil.
cute.
Yeah.
Now, there's some really cool hatchets we have here at the other location that we can see later.
It's I feel like all hatchets are underrated. Like they're just the best top dwelling fish. Is this the same or?
These are going to be the slightly different ones. These are the Rio Amaraya Super Red. So these are like a different catch location, basically. This has gotten like, there's basically these super red pencil fish have gotten a little out of control because we also have a really, really red pencil fish. There's a lot of them right now.
And then the biggest Epistigramma benchai I've ever seen, and I really want to go home with this fish. Look at that guy. What a stunner. It's only $18. That's crazy. Now, I noticed in my initial walkthrough, I didn't really see a lot of live bears in here.
Yeah, we don't really.
Is there a reason for that, or?
We don't really like selling them, but also it's very hard to get. You can ask anybody. I think I saw this mentioned in one of Dan's videos too. It's very hard to get good live bears. They get pretty mistreated in a lot of facilities, so it can be really hard to get some in that are good and healthy. And then on top of that, they're real popular, so they go fast after we get them. Really, we should be trying to breed them in-house, and we do breed some like more rare live bears in-house, but it would just be a lot to have to breed all these different varieties in-house.
Yeah, it takes up a lot of space.
It takes up a lot of space, and we're kind of maxed out on space.
Just quickly going through some of these common Danios and live bears. Ooh, this is a panda tetra. This is again another really cool tetra. If you don't get enough of them, they will be fin nippers. I used to have these years ago, just really beautiful. And this is a really good fish to pair with Corydoras hastatus because they have the same diamond-like tails. They look almost identical. What is this guy?
It's a flame red paradise fish.
Yeah, I'm not.
It looks like he's the last guy left.
Paradise fish are not my specialty.
I have one very cool pair of paradise fish, but other than that, it's about as far into that as I go.
More white clouds, and I actually do see some endlers.
They just happen.
Oh, got something hiding back here. Oh my, are these the multi-stripe loach? Yes, I gotta get some of these.
These are real fun. The multi-stripe pygmies. We have these almost all the time. So if you're
I've noticed, they're
ever
definitely
on
on
the
my
hunt
list.
for them, they are here.
Another cool one is the zipper loach.
Yes, we have those pretty regularly too, and it's really great when you see like 50 of them.
I could imagine.
I like these. These are the Firebar Danios. Just a little bit of a different Danio for you. Again, can be kept in cooler tanks. Don't keep it in a hot tank.
I love the kind of black and yellow vertical stripes.
Yeah.
Really cool, and not expensive, as most Danios are not.
No, Danios are quite cheap. Barbs and paradise fish.
Gold barbs. Looks like we got the frogs down here. Pretty sweet. Is this I assume you're female beta sorority?
Yes. Another thing I will always try to talk people out of is doing beta sororities. But, you know, to each their own. You can definitely try. It's just one of those things that takes so much balance and so much practice.
What's funny is on YouTube, you always see people like setting up beta sororities, but you never see follow-up videos.
You never see follow-up videos.
And there's a reason for that.
If you want to keep a group of betas, keep wild betas. Most of them are colony fish, and you're going to get so much more enjoyment out of them when they're not all murking each other.
Okay, so I see a few things here.
Yeah, we got
Gara Cambo, what? Please tell me.
Stone lapping Gara.
Are those these guys?
Yes. They're going to be the ones on the wood that have the lateral stripe.
Wow, that's a new Gara for me. And then the brown mosaic hill stream loaches on the back there. Ones you don't see every day.
No, that's the first time I'd seen them.
Yeah, if you're looking for something besides reticulated. That was already down there. And then some of the most beautiful tetras when they're fired up, the Hyphesabricon wadii, or the blueberry tetra. Super pretty. Looks like we got some high fin headstander barbs with some gouramis, blue dwarf gouramis. I haven't seen very many shrimp. Do you guys do a lot of shrimp here?
They're coming. There are these tanks down actually, but
okay.
we're pretty sold out right now, and we don't keep as many. That's one of the things I'm hoping we can get more of.
These must be the brown coolie loach.
Yeah, I think we have them marked as black coolie loach.
Yeah.
He's out right now, so you might want to get him the
Yes.
serpent loach.
I've got to bring some of these home.
They're so cool. I think we're getting kind of to the end of our group on those, but we do get them probably every other month or so.
More paradise fish. Oh, what are these Danios? Rosy Danio. Another really inexpensive but awesome fish. Are these more barbs, checker barbs?
There's some orange fires down there. They're just microscopic.
Oh, yeah.
They're really
Very
little.
small. All right, I see rare fish. What's the rare fish in here? What is that?
It's the lamp eyes. These guys right here.
Oh, okay.
That's gonna be these ones. We've got some really cute marble wood shrimp in there, and then also, it looks like there might have been cribs in there at one point. I'm seeing
there's a
the
good shot.
end of one of the pygmy bumblecats under that log, but he might be too hidden for you guys to pick up with
Yeah.
the camera. They're such good hiders.
Oh, the glass. I've never seen the glass ones before. I will say, you probably want a really tight lid with these guys,
Yes.
because all bloodfin tetras are, I mean, I'd have at least one jump out on every water change. It's crazy. More rasboras. Some nearite snails, some blue dreams, probably.
Yeah.
Yep. And these are really cool, the long fin version of the white clouds.
I will like scream about how much I love white clouds till I die. I'm like one of those people. I love them. I think they're great. I have them in most of my tanks at home.
I'm always wishing that they'll end up like, I don't know, like pencilfish or something else where they just discover all these new species and colors, and
Yeah, that would be cool.
because they're just so hardy and easy to breed.
Yeah,
and-
that's why I love them. My husband accidentally dropped a can of wet cat food in one of my tanks at home, and the white clouds lived through that. So they're so hardy.
All right, so what are these guys
That's
here?
gonna be a blue wood shrimp, giant blue wood shrimp.
And then these guys?
Nimba lampi. So we don't have those very often. Those are
Yeah.
wild caught. They're pretty
And
rare. That's not
They're
something.
big body too, which is kind of nice.
Yeah, nice and wide.
Wow. Oh, finally get some more rainbows, everyone's favorite praycocks. These rasboras I like, the red tail rasboras. Some more Danios. What do we got here? I guess I just assumed they were Danios. Siamese hatchet?
Oh, that's right. They're like Danio adjacent. So these two tanks are both going to be hatchets. But they're not a true hatchet. They're more of like they're like between hatchet and Danio almost.
Okay, well we got the scientific name for you if you want it. These are actually very cool looking.
Orange hatchet Danios. Those are very neat.
Are these like all other Danios that can go in cooler water?
Yeah, they're going to prefer a cooler temp. They're not going to really like anything over like 75. They're wild caught. We have them regularly. They're a very cool little guy.
More rams, and come around and take a look at the display tank. And what I love in this tank are the yellow-tail Congo tetras. And the tank just looks really good, so. Another one up here. Yeah, so I'm talking about the hatchet fish. These guys are monsters.
Yes, I love those guys. Those are the ones I would like to get.
Which ones are the spotted hatchet fish?
Yes.
Gasteropalicus maculatus. I'm not good at Latin, people. Come on. Wow, they're giant. I can't believe it. I've never seen hatchet fish this big before.
I've seen those come in bigger.
Really? Wow.
Got some.
Candy cane tetras. These are actually one of my favorite. And then emperor tetras too. Wow, they're really dark. Really good color on those.
We got some Pandagar in here.
Some big ones too. Look at this guy.
Some Betta Samoam. I wanted to get these really bad. My favorite is the big dumb brown ones, but my husband was like, "You have enough big dumb brown Bettas. Get something different."
That's fair. The scissor tail rasbora, yep. Okay, rummy nose, everyone's favorite. More emperor tetras. And now we have a gigantic berry ancestris, I believe. This guy is a monster. He's got to be what, like 8, 9 inches maybe?
Yes. Yeah, he's almost to the point where we can't safely ship him anymore. You have to go to someone locally.
Better get him now. I assume it's on the website.
Yes.
More emperor tetras, lots of emperor tetras. Here we got some rainbows here. These are the celebes. Yep. And with snakeskin barbs. All right, then we got some Colombian tetras, some penguin tetras, and some keyhole cichlids. All pretty common. Some more barbs with gouramis. Oh,
Got one over
someone's
there.
out. Yep. This must be the L200.
Correct.
Yep, green phantom. I prefer the green over the blue phantom personally, but that's just my opinion. The Coste tetra, some brilliant tetras. Now here's a really good, cool tetra that I just don't see very often. Is it the red line? Mm-hmm. Red striped tetra. This one. And then some more emperor tetras, but they just get a good size, and they're a little more uncommon, so I like them. Lemon tetras. What's the other one in here?
Blue sapphires.
Oh, okay. Blue sapphire tetra. All right, I've never seen those. That's cool.
I know they look more orange under this light, but this is like a toned light. They do generally get a little bit more blue to them, but like a shimmer, and then their eye is very blue.
Yeah, I do see the blue sheen on them.
A couple of plecos down here. L204, L12, L339, and more Romy-nose rasboras. Oh,
With some whiptails down there at the bottom as well.
yep. Oh, and Bolivian rams right in front of my face. I do love a good Bolivian ram. All right, so we got 2 rows left. We're coming to the end, and I actually see goldfish. I don't remember ever seeing goldfish here.
Yeah, that's something we've started keeping more recently. We only get them in we only get like 2 large shipments in a year. So we're getting towards the tail end of that second shipment.
So here's the rosy tinted barb, if you've never seen one, because I have never seen one, so there you go. With some gouramis and rainbows and bala sharks and goby. But don't ask me to pronounce the name of this goby, because I cannot. All right, looks like we got some Madagascar rainbows and...
Some African butterfly fish up there.
Oh. I always forget to look at the surface. This is why I love hatchetfish. You never look up here. All right, here's another fish that I've never seen, which is the striped barb. So many barbs.
We have those pretty regularly. We have a lot of barbs. We have a lot of tetras and rasboras that you're not going to see regularly other places.
Wow, what are these?
Those are the pale chubs. They
Wow.
are my absolute favorite. It's going to be Zacho platypus. I love them so much. They are quite spendy, but we've been getting them consistently for about 6 months now, so I've been tortured for about 6 months. They are stunning, guys.
And these are good for like outdoor, right? They can go pretty cold.
I believe so, but
Do your research, folks,
at
but
$20 a pop, I would not put them outside.
I would. Oh, and they're on sale in store, so if you're local, there you go.
Yeah, 3 for $50. That's a pretty good deal.
That's a really good deal.
They're very cool, and they're also
I think they get like 8 inches too.
very big, and they are in Animal Crossing New Horizons for you Switch players out there.
Nerds! Just kidding. Okay, what do we got here? Some cribenzes. Which ones are these? Just the common crib. All right, and some barbs, Odessa barbs.
Crimson spotted rainbows. We don't have those very often.
Yeah, there was a couple of really pretty males in here. Rainbows get washed out on blue backgrounds, but still pretty good, really good color. These Makolachai?
Yes, and you'll see there's one of your peppermint loaches there on the bottom.
And what she means by that is I bought peppermint loaches last week. This is a really, really cool loach. Highly recommend them if you've never kept them before. Shallow tail glass catfish.
That's gonna be this little guy up there.
Oh, okay, there we go.
He's shy and
Kinda
I think by
sporadic.
himself.
And then are those the red cap moon tetras and some of my favorite, the yellow tail Congo tetras, although you can't see the yellow on the blue background. What is the crib?
That one should be that's the giant cribenzas.
Oh, just the giants, okay.
Pelvichromis sacramentis.
And heading into the last row, we have some of my favorite, the Parkinsoni rainbows. And then, are those Danios?
Some of my favorites, yes, the mustache Danio. I love these suckers.
Yeah.
Get a close-up on them.
I didn't see that at first.
They got great whiskers. They're real big. They like it cool. This is a really fun fish. And
Those are awesome.
They are very hard to catch. When I have to catch those, I've had them rocket out and hit me in the face.
There you go. Some more angels. Looks like albino bushy nose. Angels. Okay, do we got Odessa? No, mascara barbs. I don't know why I said Odessa. And these are yellow? Herbert axelrodi? Are we sure about that? I don't know about that one. Like this one, but.
There's also Melotonodiata species.
Oh, the Languru,
in
okay.
there, so.
All right, so here we go. We've got one yellow right here and then the Languru.
Yes.
Looks like we got turquoise rainbows, and what are these guys here? The striped.
Oh yeah, those guys are real cute. Those are going to be the striped barbs.
They're only $6? That's crazy.
Yeah, they're a great little guy.
What a beautiful
they get a
fish.
decent size, but very fun fish. I like their little whiskers.
Yeah, excellent. And wild-caught Bosemani rainbows. So the question is, do we know the collection point?
I can check the paperwork.
Wow, look at the
for you.
blues on this guy. That's crazy.
We can definitely check the paperwork on that.
Yeah, I think a collection point would probably help sell them, but wow. Wow. 40 a pair?
Unfortunately, not with these.
These are the Diortai rainbow, right? Yeah, Glossolepis dorti, very underrated.
Very cool fish.
Yeah, they get the typical Glossolepis fins. Not like the multisquamata where they're like look like they're being fin nipped to death. Well, they're supposed to be that way. So these guys have their fins are intact, but they still get nice and long, which is cool. Looks like we got some live bears down here. Now what are these guys?
Those actually are the neon swordtails, I believe. They
Okay.
get like, these ones are a little bit washed out, honestly. Like a lot of times they look better and they get a really nice blue on the bottom. Usually I'll try to get, if we're out of another swordtail and we have these are usually the ones I'll try to sub in for customers because they're by far the best ones that we have.
Yeah, those are cool. And then, oh, I missed the roseline barbs in there. Always a fan favorite. Some bigger Congo tetras.
We usually have Congos in 3 sizes, a small and then a large with only males, and then large males and females.
So I was really happy to see you had these in stock because I've never seen them in person and I'm always curious. The redfin bala shark.
Yes.
Do you know the max size on these?
I can check it, but I want to say that it's probably around 6 inches is going to be my guess.
All right, so what are these guys down here?
The neon gold striped shark. These guys come around the bottoms.
The neon gold stripe barb. This is another one I'm glad to see in person because I come across this on your site all the time. Pictures are nice, but they don't always do a fish justice. So you got to see them in person. So give us a quick tour of everything else. Like, so we got a. It's late, so we don't have lights.
So it's a little dark out. This is usually our goldfish tank. These aren't for sale. These are usually either surrendered to us or they belong to some of the staff members. It's mostly just here to look nice and give people an idea of what goldfish tanks can look like.
Okay, and then we got some supplies.
This is usually where we keep all of our tank setups. So you can come in and get like a full tank kit
like the
from us.
all-in-ones.
Yes,
Okay.
this is going to be all of our tank kits. And we have like, usually a lot of our more expensive glass is going to be up on the walls. Obviously we've got all of our supplies here. Our foods, I like Vibrobites for a lot of things because they're a good transition from worms to like dry foods because they look like worms and they're stinky. So we have a lot of Hikari, we've got bug bites, Repashy and Sarah. Those are some of our favorite brands. We feed a lot of cobalt in our quarantine facility. So we got our freezers.
Frozen foods.
And then here's where we've got more of our like tank stands, our more like specialty tanks. We've got a lot of rimless glass, so stuff that's going to be really hard for you to get online. You know, if you're shipping this stuff, it can really mess with the integrity. So we try to keep a pretty good stock of it in store. We've been getting some really cool stands like these wood ones over here. They are a pretty penny, but you know, if you can save up your points, I know people come in and they get these when they've got like a 10% off that they can use.
There you go.
So, and we also always have a good selection of wood. This isn't currently something we sell online, but
it's not easy to ship.
It's not easy to ship, and it's very hard to get people pieces that they'll be happy with. So, more supplies for cleaning is going to be this wall, and more tanks and our lights. We do have usually a pretty good selection of fluval lights, so if you're looking for something more specific, we always carry some very specific plant lights because we have some plant geniuses in the house that care very much about their plant lighting. I know nothing about that. That is 100% their field. All right, on this side, we're gonna have our heaters. So we usually try to carry at least 3 or 4 different brands of heaters for you. It looks like right now we've got like almost 6, which is great. We will have like bulk tubing. So if you need to come in and just get feet and feet and feet of tubing, that's something you can do. All of your stuff that you're gonna need to set up your sponge filters, your air stones, and things like that. We have Rift Lake salt because, you know, cichlids is our original thing that we started with, so that it's very important to us. And then all of our medications are kept here. Well, most of them. We keep a few of the ones that need a little bit more information towards the front so that we can make sure to help customers with those so that they aren't accidentally giving their fish kidney failure or anything like that. All your Algae Fix, your AccuClear, your stress coats, all of your test kits, things like that, that everybody should have a test kit. I really suggest getting your liquid test kit, even though it is annoying when you have like 15 tanks like I do.
I'm also really big on carbon. I think everyone should have carbon. It's like a bunch of more filters.
Yep, we usually try to keep quite a few. You can see up there we have like our filters all up high. We just got
this
these.
is where I want to stand the rest of the tour, under the AC.
We got these Oase BioStyle filters. Those are really cool. They had one on the tank out front. I'd never seen those before, but they're real quiet because usually I hate waterfall filters because I can't stand the noise.
Yeah.
So that one is like approved for if you hate that noise, you're probably going to be okay with that.
Speaking of noise, there's the noisy guy right there.
Yeah.
People are going to hate me for saying that. All right, so basically,
and then
lots of options.
We have lots of canister filters and things like that.
Let's go to the front because that's going to be my favorite area. Unfortunately, what is it, a 500-gallon tank?
Yeah, I think it was at least that.
It was, yes, past tense, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, I was here the weekend it sprung its leak and we had to get all the fish out and get all the rocks and the sand out, and it flooded the whole area, and it took forever. It took weeks to get all cleaned up.
And it was a African cichlid tank. I remember coming here years and years ago and seeing it, and I just thought it was the coolest thing ever.
Yeah, it was a very cool tank. Every color of fish you could imagine.
It's a little aquascaping station.
Yep, got our, so you can take
and they
your
even have it marked out, which is really cool.
This is new. This is probably due to our new cashier who's been doing so much work organizing and fixing everything up.
Yeah, I really like this. I see a lot of these, but it's hard to gauge.
Yeah. Yep, so we got all of our gravels here that you can like pick from. We've got clearance in the corner, and then our plant care is gonna be on this wall as well, so.
Awesome. I really like all of this, I don't know what you want to call it.
All of our
I guess decorations.
Yeah, I think that Steve's probably gotten most of these traveling, would be my guess.
I bet. I bet he'd be like fun to go collect fish with, just because he knows everyone.
Yes, yeah, he has all the connections. Glassware.
ADA stuff.
Yep, and then, our stuff that the kids, when they come in on the weekends, one of my favorite things when I am working in the retail store, which is rarely, is when the kids come in and I can help them and their parents pick out everything to start their tank.
I'm not gonna lie, I really like this guy.
He's very
He looks
funny.
grumpy, and that's why I like him.
We put stuff like this in our quarantine tanks because it just makes us smile.
Nice.
I always tell parents when they ask me what fish should I start with for my kid, I say don't get a betta, get something that looks all the same, so if you lose one or two you can replace it if you're not ready to have that conversation.
Lots of kind of rare plants here.
Tissue cultures, yes.
I love tissue culture plants, but they're not really catching on here in the States.
Yeah, unfortunately not.
This is basically how you buy plants everywhere else except here, in a cup out of water. And people are like, is it an aquarium plant? It's not in water. How does that work? Oh, look at all the substrate, all the hardscape down here too.
Oh yeah, I guess I didn't even show you our hardscape. We skipped over it, but this is my favorite thing to do. After closing sometimes, I will just get everything out and play with it. Because I mean, we got so much wood. I mean, look at these rocks. Okay, look at that's as big as my head. Like,
it covered your whole head.
Yeah, so we've got, and here's the thing, as rock goes, it's expensive. It adds up very quickly, so keep that in mind.
It's $6 a pound.
Yeah.
Which is actually a good price for rocks, believe it or not.
For cool rocks, for sure. Although, like with the lava rock, I'm from Eastern Oregon originally, so I'm always like, why would I pay for this when I could just go get it?
That's true.
You know what I mean? But now I have to drive really far, so.
Well, that concludes our incredible tour of the Wet Spot Tropical Fish here in Portland, Oregon. I hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. We would like to thank Emily for putting this entire trip together. Also thank the owner Steve, the CEO Marcy, and all the staff that made us feel welcome. What you may not know is that the Wet Spot also has an online warehouse, quarantine, and breeding facility that we also did a tour of. So make sure you're subscribed. That video will be coming out shortly. But before we say goodbye, we've got something special just for you. If you're thinking about starting your own underwater paradise or adding some new finned friends to your collection, the Wet Spot has you covered. They hooked us up with a code STEAMFOT10 to get an exclusive 10% discount on your next visit to thewetspot tropicalfish.com. Thank you so much for joining us. If you haven't already, remember to hit the subscribe button and give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video.